Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Got this short video, I'll try to keep it short as I can, of shocks I've just bought. It's mainly for the technical team where I bought these. There's a problem with them. I'm just going to have a quick look at them to see whether we can service them or look after them or just repair them. So I'll leave the link where I bought these shocks from. Aluminium shocks off eBay, very cheap. We're just going to have a look at what the problem is and whether I can salvage them and get them working again. First of all, we open them up and that's the oil. I don't know whether you can see that, but the oil is disgusting. It looks like chip fat oil. It smells like engine oil. It smells like engine oil and it's all congealed. And it's as if it's mixed with something it doesn't want to be mixed with. It's not clear at all. It looks like it's dirty, but it's brand new oil. So yeah, so that was the first thing. So I thought get rid of the oil. But what I've noticed, a few other things. They are aluminium. It's got aluminium top, and the threads on this thing are nice. So what I'm looking for is, is it worth buying? I think they were about £10 for two, I think. Anyway, I'll leave the price in the description in the link below. Might actually be cheaper than that. So the threads are good. The adjuster for the preloads is nice, so the threads are nice. The aluminium's okay. The tops are good. The diaphragms are what the first problem I found. These diaphragms are too big. They're very soft silicon type, like a bladder, but when I hold it on the top you'll see far too big for the whole of that. So what happens is when you screw the top in, it pushes over to one side and you end up getting, as you screw it down, you get that type of thing. Pushes in and it leaks. Obviously these are off something else and they've used them, but they're all the same in all of them. Far too much play on that, and also when you screw the lid down they're too big that way as well, so they just crunch it. So that's the first problem. Yeah. Second problem I found is the piston is too small for the, it's actually quite loose in there. I might say that's not too much of a problem, but what it does when it extends all the way, you get a bit of play. So I'll just show you on this one. I mean, the spring cups at the bottom are okay. The springs are good. Springs are nice. There's 4 of them springs. They're nice. But when you get to the bottom, you get quite a lot of play. At the top, there's none, because it's right in the top of there and it's held at the top and the bottom. But when it's fully extended, there's quite a bit of play there, and that's down to whether you can see the play inside there. There's far too much play in there. I take another shock off something else and try it. They're far better. I mean, this one's just a cheap shock. The piston is, there's a lot less play in that one compared to the other ones. Also, when you look at the top of the piston on this one, there's no play or very little from the piston. But this one, there's loads of play there, so you're getting loads of movement that way as well. The cuts or the grooves to allow the oil to pass back and forward are massive, which is not a problem. You can just put thicker oil in. So the first thing I'm going to have to do with these is put a plastic disc in its place to stop it from moving back and forward, and then I also make a little bit bigger one. So that's what I've got to do if I'm going to use these and make them good again. Diaphragms, I've found the diaphragms off an old one. The ones I'm actually taking off the car, I don't think they're in there. I've already taken them out. But the diaphragms I've put in, so I've changed them to these ones and they fit perfect. They're a bit more bit stronger, not as soft, so they don't give a chance for the threads to push out the road, and they work fine. So that's that problem solved. It's a nice flat top, so the tops are good, the aluminium bits are good, the bottoms are good, the springs are good, the shafts are okay, threads are all nice. I need to stiffen this up a little bit so it doesn't wobble so much, and also make it a bit bigger. And then the final thing is the O-rings. Now the O-rings will come out with these two, don't know if you can see that, yeah, these two O-rings, which are just standard O-rings. Would be much better if they were flat, like a penny, so they've got a flat edge, bigger surface area. But the thing is, they're massive, they're far too big for, they're a bit like this, they're too big. So what happens is, on the shaft, they're too big. There's a bit of play there. I mean, there's no, you can actually see the light through them, so they're far too big. Big that way. And also when they go into, I don't want to take that off, but when they go into there and you screw up, there's not enough of them. So what I've done, I've just got myself, I mean these are just what I had, some O-rings. I picked the smallest ones I've got, they're just round ones, and then what I've done is I've put two in there, so I've packed two in, and then obviously that goes like that, just to try to show you. So that I've got them two in, and they're a nice snug fit on there. Pack them in, and the factory fit in better. These things, they wouldn't go in. When they go in, they're all getting warped. And then what I'm doing finally is I put one of the original ones over the top of it, because at the end it's a conical shape, and then what it does, that just seals it at the top, and it gives it some resistance. So now I can feel the rubber just pushing. It just pushes up enough. There's enough resistance. I can feel actually the rubber is actually doing its job. So that's a fix for that. And looking at some out of another shock absorber, there's some flat ones, and this one's a PTFE one. So what I might do is, I'm pulling the other shocks apart, put this PTFE one in between, so you squeeze O-ring either side, PTFE in the middle. But yeah, them ones are far too big. So if you are going to buy these, and I'll leave the link in the description, if you don't do this update or this mod, it's going to leak. I mean, mine were leaking straight away. I changed the oil, put some new oil in, and give it a couple of points, and it was just leaking, just pouring out at the bottom, and also leaking at the top, because these things are like massive, and also the faulty bits, they haven't even been cut properly, as you can see. If I can hold on to them, as you can see that they haven't been cut properly. You can't even cut them down, because if you cut them down, it'll just move and fall in. So you can see that's absolutely garbage. Yeah. And what you end up is, you end up with that type of thing with the top screwed down. Pushes it down like that. So the tops are okay. Tops are okay. All the threads are good. They're a nice looking shock. I think I got 4 for £10 or something like that. So you can't argue with the quality. So even if you just use it for spares, it's worth it for the 4 springs, which are dual rate. You've also got seals, the shafts, the ends, so it's worth it just for that. So I'll get these working. Apart from that, they're a good looking shock, seem solid, and they should perform as long as you get the seals sorted out. Guys, hope you like this video. Just before we go, I'll give you a quick update of what I'm doing next. I've put these on, this is off a sand buggy. A couple of things which came in the post. I've got some, I think that's them. Yeah, TRX4 parts, if you're interested. These are some door handles, so I'm going to be putting them on. And also some portal cover, some portal covers, brass for the front. If they work and I'm happy with the quality, I'll get 2 more to go on the back. I just wanted to see the quality. They do look, well, they look perfect. I can't see any bad work on them. They look perfect. But whether they fit, I don't know. So that's what's going to come up next, guys. Keep an eye out for that. Just thought you might be interested in this because if you're buying these and people are going to slag them off, and if you're not a person who's going to do these mods, then they're not going to be worth it. But for everybody has things hanging around, I mean, bits and bobs, and then we'll get them all working and I'll let you know whether they are any good. I don't see why, because as long as it doesn't leak, it's going to be fine. Remember the holes in the piston are quite large, so I need thicker oil, probably 400 or 500. If that doesn't work, I'll make a PTFE diaphragm, like a disc, and I'll put that in between just to make it a bit smaller. But yeah, just thought you might be interested in that, guys. If you like this, thumbs up, please like, please subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.